Hello everyone, I'm Emanuela Vukanovic, student at Link Campus University, second year of L20 for Innovation and Digital Innovation and Communication degree. So we're going to talk about disinformation as a context-bound phenomenon. And you can find here, I don't know if you can see it, the linked article that we talked about. So this is the index. So what we're going to cover is we're going to have a brief introduction about the article in itself. Then we're going to talk about the existing definition and contextualization explained in the article. We're going to talk about the intentions motivating the spread of disinformation nowadays, the technique and practices of disinformation as if mimicking the vox populi and opinion leaders, and multimodal deception, disinformation as a context-bound phenomenon. Finally, we want to talk about the empirical application on revised conceptualization, and we're going to also talk about the methodological approach. Going on, this is a brief introduction. So while disinformation has gained a widespread popularity as pressing issue among the society these days, there is still a gap in our understanding, which is the lack of an integrated framework that connects the different actors' intentions and technique underlying the deceptive information. In addressing the challenge, the article presents an innovative perspective on disinformation, portraying the context-specific action that is orchestrated by these multiple factors and actors to purposely mislead the recipients of information. At the heart of the contextualization, there is the idea of altering or inventing information to reach particular objectives, and thus maximizing the ability to mislead the recipients and the intended outcome. So the existing definition and contextualization of the article are beforehand the red one that you can see here. So this information refers to all the practices or of intentionally creating and disseminating deceptive content to cause harm, sow discord, or create financial and or political gain. In practice of deception may range, its practice of deception may range from the context it's in and from the decontextualization of known facts to the fabrication of alternative narratives. From this, we can say that disinformation can be seen as a disruptive form of communication that has to be understood in the setting of the media it's in, and also the political landscape it is created and consumed in. Then we can say that disinformation agents may use techniques of deception and dissemination that make inauthentic content seem real, which is basically what we see every day among fake news and all of the content that is shared on fake journals, for example, online. So going back, this content that seems real avoids the activation of suspected deception among recipients who do not have the resources to systematically scrutinize all of the arguments treated. Then we can say that it should also be acknowledged the hybrid nature and the network reality of disinformation campaigns, which also may consist of multiple behaviors of different actors that create, disseminate, and consume the disinformation via different platforms, as social media, online journals, articles. I mean, we see it every day. Social media platform, as I said, and big tech companies play a crucial role as potential gatekeepers and amplifier of disinformation. Finally, you can say that the system of digital media offers context for disinformation campaigns through practices such as sponsored content and micro-targeting, which is spreading nowadays as fast. So the intention motivating disinformation, there are 4 of them, which are political motivated, so basically propaganda, motivated by identity, motivated by financial gains, and information manipulation theory. The first one we're going to analyze is the political motivated. So in these instances, disinformation is spread in order to widen the gaps between different groups and within different states, provoking conflicts or promoting distrust towards the existing system. Additionally, political disinformation might also be crafted and shared to create a more favorable reputation of the disseminator. Propaganda, as I said. The main goal is to strategically shape democratic processes and generate support for particular reason and causes, of course. Then we have the second intention, which is motivated by identity. So ideologically motivated disinformation is not directly driven by the aim to affect real electoral outcomes, but rather it aims to persuade recipients about ideological values and ideas. This type of information may also deceive into thinking that the supported ideology is good and better. So the nature of the ideological bias could also depend on the context to which is applied, of course. And deceptive information in this case could appear along with political spectrum. Then we can say that the third intention is motivated by financial gains. What does it mean? It means that disseminating this information could provide also financial profit or safeguard economic interest. This action can be linked to the distribution of deceptive narratives by online platforms, which may also contribute by amplifying the information, as we said before in the defining what is disinformation. We can say that financial rewards might also be compelling incentive to spread out disinformation from various sources without critically evaluating its authenticity. I'm sorry. So just spreading out this information on different channels without any motive, if not the economical one. Lastly, the information manipulation theory. So according to this theory, there are 4 different ways of deception. The first one is selective sharing of useful information. So, of course, selecting which information to spread out and which to contain and not share with whoever is receiving this information. Then we have presenting useless information. Doesn't need explanation, I think. Then we have sharing this information and presenting it in a vague manner, which means that this information in this case, it's shared, but it's shared in a way that recipients are not sure about. So they just seem to accept the information they're getting, which is disinformation, of course. So deception in disinformation might also be understood as offering a solution to a problem in the best way possible. This could also help to explain why actors disseminate this information this much and this fast. Going forward, we have 3 types of social media engagement for disinformation, which are bots, trolls, and astroturfing. So these 3 are part of another well-known strategy to stimulate engagement and interaction every day publicly on social media. The first one, bots. We can say that bots are automated non-human profiles that are able to automatically spread disinformation. These social bots, since their use, of course, on social media, are capable of interacting in a seemingly human behavior, which deceive the recipients. So it's super easy to get this information in this way. They can also be coordinated by humans, which are called cyborgs. So basically, the cyborgs are those who are behind the bots, and they give us kind of script, if you can say like this, to engage with people as a human being. Going on, we have trolls. Trolls are actual humans, which job is to disseminate false information and engage with already existing disinformation in order to increase the visibility of dishonest information. So just taking the disinformation which has spread and enhancing their visibility and just going on, as we said before, for economical reason. Finally, we had astroturfing. This is a method which consists in creating coordinated campaigns in order to attract people towards the widespread of social support for certain belief. Astroturfing is deceptive, as most of the times the displayed beliefs are not really held by the ones who are communicating them. So it's just a way to propagate a thought which is not actually held by the ones who are propagating it. Hope that's clear. We can go on and talk about multimodal doctoring, deepfakes, and deepfakes. These three are in the realm of multimodal disinformation. So the first one, multimodal doctoring, is a technique based on visual information which alter visual information to mislead recipients, changing the interpretation of the content throughout the fake images and text, which are, of course, alternated. So this method and technique can be effective due to the addition of persuasive power to narratives. So using a text which has persuasive, of course, information and disinformation, alternated by an image, can deceive recipients in an easy way. Then we have the cheap fakes. Cheap fakes might also involve a variety of low effort techniques, songs, and also use deceptive subtitles under a video. So if we can say cheap fake as an example, could be also maybe watching a video which is in another language, so it's in its original language, and a cheap fake, it's just basically a low effort to use subtitles which are maybe in another language and adding in these subtitles the deceptive misinformation. Finally, we have the deepfakes. So this profits from the same persuasive advantages as the cheap fakes, but they're basically synthetic videos which are made using artificial intelligence. As we see nowadays, we can see just a video of maybe, I don't know, a politician talking about a subject which is kind of risky to talk about, and we can say, oh, maybe this is real, but in reality it's a deep fake. So of course, so deep fakes are artificial intelligence made videos that make political actors express messages that were never real. So this require substantial resources and more effort to create. Going on, we have disinformation as a context-bound phenomenon. So due to the revised formulation of different actors and technique of disinformation, disinformation can be conceptualized as a context-bound deliberate act for which actors covertly deceive recipients by deconceptualizing, manipulating, or fabricating information to maximize utility with the targeted outcome of misleading recipients. Okay, how can we say this? So this revised conceptualization is based on six central pillars, which break down the whole definition, and it's more simple. So these 6 pillars are context-bound, deliberate act, which aim to deceive in a hidden way, using different techniques of altering information, directing at the maximizing personal or organizational profit or gain, and the targeted outcome is to mislead recipients. For the empirical application map, which is in the empirical research of the article, we can say that the empirical research can reveal misleading context and embedding of information by analyzing the meaning of messages and statements. Then we can say that the empirical research may reveal also the base structure for this information and trace back messages to the original source. So this is an efficient way to actually take out information from fake news, deepfakes, cheapfake, and just trace back whoever made it and get the source, of course. Then we have that we can say, that empirical research can potentially reconstruct the motives driving the spreading of disinformation by exposing the advertising strategies and the targeted subpopulation. And finally, we can use reverse image search. So this method can reveal the context in which an image was used, and given a comparison, we can depict the images, so we can see which one is real and which one was manipulated. This technique may also guide towards finding how and why multimodal information, as we said before, cheapfakes, deepfakes, and multimodal doctoring was extrapolated of its context. So we can use this in order to unbuild the multimodal disinformation. So the methodological approach used in the article was quantitative, and also it uses interpretative methods such as digital ethnographies of communities that are likely to share disinformation, and also allowing more in detail analysis of disinformation in context, as this interpretative method explored the link between the actors and the misleading context. A qualitative study of contextual factors could also predict the intentionality of disinformation spread on social media. A quantitative content analysis and the use of automated detection tools can include also variable on the actor, platform, and campaign level of disinformation. So this analysis may also uncover the black box, which is behind a campaign structure, by examining the targeted audience and the message spread throughout the advertising strategies. So this is all. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry, that was okay. So the acknowledgements that I can say for this presentation was the Dr. Michael Hamler's article, which is the first one that's linked in the first slide, disinformation as a context-bound phenomenon. Hope it was clear. Thank you for the attention again. I need to stop the recording right now, if I can do it. Okay. Thank you.